my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I am Hanyo, your demonic cinephile. And in case no one saw the tweet, I'm going to say that I was going to cancel the stream tonight, mostly because something kind of something kind of came up. But then again, I started thinking over playing my scheduling. Yeah, I could probably stream for a little bit. Like, not a lot, probably like an hour and a half maybe. I shouldn't really go over that, but maybe we can do it. You know, just do a little bit of the game. Just for a minute. Just for a minute. Okay. One second, guys. What's this? We're stuck somewhere in this hour. Why are you here? Okay, one second. Put this back on. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. It's just a little thing I had to check real quick. Not that big of a deal. Is the audio going through? Okay, it is. Up here. There we go. Probably wait just a little bit longer to see if some people are gonna jump in or not, but I think it's best if I just start right now. 1 second. Okay, now. There we go. Okay, let's tune from where we left off. Yeah, last time we were playing, we were at the Saikyugen? I forgot to pronounce it. The Ritual Storage Shed. Where Takano was showing Keiichi and Mion, or Keiichi and Shion, all the old ritual torture devices that the people of Hinamizawa used to use before when the village was so called Onigafuchi. Nothing here, so let's load this up. Such a happy-go-lucky song with such a disturbing, creepy image. Everyone at the festival seemed to have gone to the stream. We're streaming! Everyone at the festival seemed to have gone to the stream, so their voices were very distant. The voices of the bugs, on the other hand, were clear, lending an empty feeling of isolation to the place.
どうだい?面白かったかい?
I guess so. Tomitake-san gave us a somewhat mischievous grin. You should have been able to tell by looking at how pale our faces were.
富武さんと一緒に留守番をしてればよかったです。
Her boy pretty freaked out. Tomitake-san laughed so delightfully that it wiped away our dark feelings.
シオンちゃんはどうだったかな?怖かったかい?
一応心の準備があった分怖くはなかったですけど。
You were shivering.
でもやっぱり実物は迫力あります。
Shion spoke like she wasn't scared at all. So did I, she really had been quite afraid. But seeing how I was way worse, seeing how I was in a worse state than her, I didn't have much room to talk. As Tomitaki-san grinned candidly, my mind, exhausted and locked up by nervousness, began to calm itself.
高野さんはおとなしく見物してたかな。
That's a tough one to answer, Chief.
ほら、彼女子供っぽいところがあるだろう。宝の山を前にさぞや興奮してたんじゃないかと思ってね。
Both Shion and I laughed and left that as our answer.
見るだけならいいんだけどね。こっそりと何かを持ち出したり、いじくりすぎて細具を壊したりしないかが心配なんだよ。
No, she didn't touch anything. Right, that's quite possible. She is alone in there right now. She might pill for something small and easily concealed hiding in her pocket.
やりかねないです。
Shion said what I was thinking.
本当に何も壊したりしなかったかな。なんだかドタンバタンと飛び跳ねるような音がよく聞こえたからね。僕は不安で。
ごめんなさい。フィルムがなくなっちゃったわ。ジローさん、フィルムが余ってたら分けてくれないかしら。
Tanako-san suddenly appeared while we were talking about her, taking everyone by surprise. Tomitaki-san smoothly grinned and responded as if nothing had happened. He's pretty mature.
もう予備のフィルムは切れちゃったよ。
Oh no.
申し訳ないね。
もういついかなる時でもフィルムを残しておかないと決定的スクープ写真なんか撮れないわよ。仕方ないわね。
They do have polarizers in Japan? I guess they would. I guess that has a name. Tomitaki-san scratched his head apologetically. Without film, we are done here. Tanako-san seemed to have given up because of that too. We checked carefully to make sure we hadn't left anything inside, then closed the door and turned to the heavy padlock we left beside it.
高野さん、何も持ち出してないだろうね。
失礼ね。そこまで子供じゃないつもりよ。
She has to try. Clack. Tomitaki-san set the padlock back to the way it was before. From a curiosity glance, it didn't look like thieves had stuck in at all.
よし、僕たちも沢に行こう。綿を流すところくらいやらないとお祭りに来た意味がないよ。
Tomitaki-san spoke right, urging us all on, setting Katzen afloat down the stream. I shook my head a few times, driving away my Again, I thought today. My dismal thoughts as to the double meaning. Tanako-san, looking a little let down, kept turning back to glance at the ritual storehouse.
もうこれっきりにしてくれよ。
Okay.
十分に知的好奇心は満たせただろう。
まさか。むしろ新しい興味を惹かれるような発見ばかりよ。今日のでこれまでの仮説が一気に現実になったわ。これで今後の調べ方がだいぶ変わってくるんだから。
Wow, she's truly indomitable. Your curiosity really is something. Hey, Neko, how are you doing tonight? Or morning, wherever you may be. Her curiosity really is something else. Still interested in all this, though, through and through. one of those days. Yeah, kind of understand what you feel. I had a bit of a bad day too. But I was actually going to cancel the stream tonight, but I thought, no, we can go live just for like an hour and a half at best. Get some of this game done and over with. Oh, game is more. We're basically reading a book. There's no playthrough in this. We descended the stone stairs, and all the people crowding the stream came into view. Near the bottom of the stairs, we could clearly see people receiving cotton that had been cut. Can't talk today. That had been cut out for them, then wishing upon the cotton and setting it afloat down the stream. Peru? Yeah. Oh, we're playing Higurashi. This is the second chapter or episode or book. It's kind of hard. Of the game. It's a visual novel. It's like a murder mystery, slice of life. It's kind of hard to put into words. Based on the anime. Oh no, this is the original before the anime. Have you seen the anime? Yes, yeah, this is. I can't wait because I watched I saw the anime too. I actually watched it during the pandemic where everybody was shut in, and I fell in love with it. Read the manga like a year later, so now finally got into this. We're in the second arc, Watanagashi. So last stream we were on was when, what was it? Shion and Keiji were in the virtual storehouse, this Tanako. So we just left the storehouse and going back to see everybody at the village.
まずったな。綿流しの一番いいところを撮影し損ねたよ。
あら、まだ遅くないわよ。
It's a bit too late.
私が行って流すんだから。私を撮ってはくださらないのかしら？
This is so messed up. Her being all flirty when you all know what's gonna happen later. Tanako-san, with an impish expression, brought her head to Tomitaki-san's shoulder. Despite his age, he looked embarrassed. I felt an honest respect for Tomitaki-san, man to man, for dating such a handful of women.
じゃあね。
Goodbye then.
前原くん。しおんちゃんも。
僕たちは今からでも沢に行ってみるよ。君たちも一緒に来るかい？
まさかお二人の邪魔なんてできません。どうぞごゆっくり。
Shion waved her hand to them with an expression just as impish as Tanako-san's. Tomitaki-san, on his part, seemed to want us to come. But, whatever. Shion gave him a big stretch and sat down on the stone steps.
疲れちゃいました。
Yeah, you're
同
pretty
感だ
scared,
な。
freaked out in there.
俺も疲れた。
ケイちゃんは綿流し初めてなんですよね。
It is.
私なんか気にしないで行ってきてください。私は疲れちゃったんで、人混みはちょっとパスしておきます。
Yeah, if we were going to go now, we barely slip into the end of the cotton drifting ceremony.
お姉たちがケイちゃんのことを探してるかもしれませんから。行ってきてください。
あ、そうだ。ミオンたちと別れたままそれっきりだったな。探してると悪い。
Then, Shion suddenly gave a playful look on her face and put her index finger to her lips as if telling me to keep this a secret.
お姉ってすっごく嫉妬深いんです。 私がケイちゃんを独占してたことがバレるといろいろうるさいんで、今夜のことは秘密にしておいてくださいね。
Keeping tonight a secret? Don't say things that are so embarrassing.
そういう意味だけじゃないですよ。今夜私たちがしたことを思えば秘密にするのは当然です。
Yeah, you might get only Kikuchi.
今夜起こるかもしれないお社様のたたり、私たち4人が最有力候補なんですからね。
The loosening threads of tension became taut again. Shion, however, burst out laughing.
じゃあ私はお姉に出くわす前に退散します。今日は本当に疲れてるからお姉とやり合えるだけの体力はないですし。
シオンってミオンと仲がいいのか悪いのかよくわからないな。
仲いいですよ。
That's a bit of a lie. Though as she said that, her vague expression explained that there are a lot of oddities in a relationship between twins.
俺は一人っ子だからよくわかんないな。せいぜい仲良くしろよ。
はい、余計なおせっかいと受けたまわります。それじゃあ私はこの辺で。ケイちゃんも急いで行った方がいいですよ。本当に綿流しが終わっちゃいます。
Shion stood up and brushed the dust off her backside. After watching her do so, I returned my eyes to the final ceremony of Watanagashi Festival below me.
でも本当にあの音は何だったんでしょうね。
What sound?
不愉快というか気味が悪いというか。
Red flags?
何の音だって？
音ですよ。
The sound?
ドタンバタンって。うるさかったじゃないですか。
I was giving her a blank expression, so Shion stared hard at me. I stared hard at her too.
ごめんシオン。はしょらないで最初から説明してくれないか。何がうるさかったって？
ケイちゃん、あれ気にならなかったんですか？
When all said and done, it was like we were speaking two different languages.
シオン、冗談抜きで初めから説明してくれないか。音がどうしたって？
ケイちゃんこそ冗談抜きで本当に気にならなかったんですか？
I don't know what you're talking about, woman. Neither of us was giving any ground. Both of us were staring at the other in disbelief. We were answering questions with more questions, with no sign of actual conversation in sight. Baffled, I held in the urge to shout at her, and asked politely one more time.
もう一度聞くからな。質問は俺からだ。
Shion nodded silently.
じゃあ聞くぞ。音がしたって何のことだ？
ドタンバタンって、なんだかどこか遠くの板の間で子供が跳ねてるような。本当に気にならなかったんですか？
気にならないも何も。そんな音いつ聞こえた？俺は何も聞いてないぞ。
ちょっとケイちゃん、それ本気で言ってるんですか？
Shion, as if she didn't understand my plain and simple answer, pressed me further, her expression serious. I have no clue what she's talking about, but if it has Shion acting so like this, whatever it was, it gave me the creeps, sent a chill down my spine.
さっき最後殿の中で高野さんと一緒に見て回ってる最中、高野さんが昔話を始めた頃からかな、少しずつだんだんとちょくちょくと。
She heard a bang sound like a child jumping on distant floorboards.
嘘だろ？最後の最後で怖がらせるのはなしだぜ、おい。
I didn't hear anything at all. In fact, it was so utterly silent in there that my own heartbeat was almost deafening.
ケイちゃんこそ怖がらせないでください。なんだか高野さんの怖い話に合わせて音を立ててるようで、私 ずっと薄気味悪かったんですから。
The chill rose up my spine to the back of my head. My blood turned cold as it crawled up my body. When it reached my head, my mind froze over.
ケイちゃんも高野さんも全然意にも介さない風だったので、私聞こえましたよね。何度かはすごく大きな音でしたから。
Shion's eyes were begging me to tell her I heard it. I had no doubt, however, that my own eyes suggested something entirely different. You've gotta be kidding. Look. In that storehouse, we were surrounded by brutal ritual tools that looked like they were from another planet, listening to terrifying old stories. The whole time, Shion had been hearing a sound that we couldn't hear by herself. Shion. Should that make Shion, who heard it, tremble? Or would it make me, who didn't hear it, tremble? I didn't know the answer to that at the time. For now, Shion seemed to have made that decision before I did.
なんだよ突然。
引っかかりましたね、ケイちゃん。
Please get away from the camera.
嘘ですよ。嘘。
はあ
Shion laughed, saying how easily scared I was, and clapped me on the back. Her smile seemed somehow artificial, and it actually made me feel worse. Then, after leaving me with 2 or 3 generic diplomatic goodbye phrases, she left almost like she was running away. All I could do was look after her, my mouth agape. At the end of the day, I didn't have a clue what was going on. Shion laughed it off and said she had been lying, but she couldn't possibly have been lying. Of course not. And now that I think back, Watanagashi-san said the same thing, didn't he?
なんだかドタンバタンと飛び跳ねるような音がよく聞こえたからね。
No.
僕は不安で。
Watanagashi-san, the most neutral party present at the time, had said he heard something. Then, that noise, it was real? The banging sounds as though a child was jumping up and down on some kind of floorboards far away? Or Shiro-sama's curse, which happens every year, might happen again tonight. The most plausible victim candidates were Kanako-san, Tomitaki-san, Shion, and me. The bustling of the people sounded further away than I would have liked, and the sound of the insects sounded too close for comfort. I am near so much human warmth, and yet I can't ever go back there again. That was the obvious idea that sprouted in my mind. Oh, and Neko, I want to quick say, you finished the first chapter for what was it? Danganronpa 2 last stream. I stayed on for almost 6 hours just trying to finish that trial. It was so good though. I did not expect that culprit when it started coming all together though. It was really good. They got me. I feel so bad for him at the very end. They got me. They made me feel bad for a character that I didn't like. Bravo. Let's get back to this stuff. Then all of a sudden, I was pounced on from behind, causing my heart to lurch.
ケイチ、見つけたなのです。
Hi, Rika. It was Rika-chan. When I turned around, Neon and Rina were there too.
やっと見つけた。あとはさとこか。
今年はみんなはぐれちゃったね。
Hi, Rina.
来年からはちゃんと合流場所を決めておきたいな。
Oh.
そうだね。やっぱりお祭りはみんなと一緒でないとね。
I listened to Mion's happy declaration with a little bit of guilt.
圭一は僕の演舞はちゃんと応援してくれましたですか？
ああ、ちゃんと見てたぜ。最後までちゃんと頑張ったな。ミスもなかったし。
おほ。
Aww.
うん、そうだよリカちゃん。あんなのはミスのうちに入らないよ。
I tensed up as I realized I made a mistake of my own. Mion slapped a hand onto my shoulder a little roughly. A gross sweat broke out over my whole body.
ケイちゃんはやった？
Did what? Did what? Did what?
綿をもらって沢に流した？
Not yet, not yet, not yet. Having it, right? Is what I could feel her saying. With the courage to tell anyone any more lies, I lifelessly shook my head.
あれ？そうなの圭一くん。早く行かないと終わっちゃうよ。終わっちゃうよ。
ごめん。初めてのお祭りだからさ。よくルールがわからなくて。
そうだったね。ごめん。
Mion took my hand and we started walking down the stone steps.
ねえケイちゃん、
Uh-huh.
なんだよ。
シオンには会わなかった？
Ugh, face. My heart skipped another beat. Maybe Mion could sense my surprise through my hand.
いや、でも、姿を見たような。でも、ミオンとそっくりだからな。ミオンだったのかもしれないし。
そんなに間違えないでしょ。服装だって違うんだから。
そうだよな。
Mion's momentary silence was like a death grip upon me.
しょうがないな、シオンは。まあ、あいつのことだから、放っておいても大丈夫かな。
Mion's expression returned to her former usual smile, and we continued down the stone steps, her firmly pulling my hand along. The crickets is on the comfy right now. The cryo. That's so slow. Oh, 3 new tips. Okay. I guess we can go through those. From scrapbook number 4. Good evening, Cogs. How are you doing tonight? Alright, Watanagashi is performed during a village festival every June, even now. But reading back to its origins turned up a seriously Sangyun ceremony. Originally, Watanagashi would have happened at certain intervals, and after receiving Oyashiro-sama's trust, they chose a sacrifice. Then, the entire village would kidnap, demon away, the person and ceremonially dissect and devour them in a feast. The rules that determine the individual intervals are shrouded in mystery. This is because ceremonics occur extremely irregularly. There's a theory that it was determined based off astrological fortune telling, but it isn't too convincing. The residents of ancient Onikafuchi village firmly believed that they were half man, half demon transcendents, and that they were more valuable than humans were. They forced people within and without to accept that. Perhaps the act of kidnapping and eating people was done to prove that they were higher up on the food chain. This is just a hypothesis. Hypothesis. But maybe the rite of Watanagashi was a political event for the purpose of being an outlet for, or outright, diverting the attention of the villagers of the isolated Onigafuchi village. In case of any of their complaints or dissatisfactions grew serious. If that was the main reason these ceremonies were held, it is easy to explain how erratic they were. When they cry. I'll let you know, Cogs, real quick, that we probably won't be probably won't be live that long tonight. So probably gonna stop around 9:20 to 9:30. Because I have other things I need to do before tomorrow. And it's gonna take a minute. I was originally going to cancel the stream, mostly because scheduling issues and kind of tired. Don't not to get too personal. I didn't have that good of a day. I did get some writing done today, so that was really nice. Nothing too much, just like a page and a half. But hey, writing is writing. Finished one chapter. Now I can get started on chapter 5. Hopefully tomorrow. The importance of the implements. I can't find anything that gives a concrete description on what the ritual implements were like. They were, however, real, and there definitely exists on a multitude of different kinds. One source states that the implements used in the Watanagashi rite alone number 200. The obvious question, then, is why they require such a myriad of them. The rite of Watanagashi was to kidnap people through the demoning away, dissect them, and eat them. I believe the tools were discretion and restraining, but 200 of them is far too many. Generally, tools evolve in such a way to reach a solution for certain problems. Once you reach the ultimate goal, that is, attain a certain level of efficiency, the tool's evolution normally stops there. Regardless, why would they have created so many different kinds? One of the cultural elements responsible for diversification over time is that of entertainment. Tools used for entertainment would have evolved over time and branch out. Unlike normal tools, reaching the ultimate goal would be more of a dead end. And in searching for the next goal, they would split into many different subtypes. So then, perhaps it's not a stretch to suggest that these 200 plus implements has some entertainment value? This is just a hypothesis, of course, but maybe the human dissection process was viewed as a type of entertainment. The three families of old would develop one new implement, dissection tools, after another, and each was varied, novel, and attracted spectators who keep them from growing bored. It's not unimaginable. All of them had to be enshrined within that storehouse. There isn't much longer until the night of Watanagashi. Though its original intent has been lost, I will reveal the secrets of the traditional ceremonial night within the ritual storehouse. I can't restrain my excitement. Watanagashi cannot come soon enough. Alright, that's all Tanako's notes. And one more tip to read. After the festival. Late that night, tension in the police station was restrained. In the silence, many of the staff members' eyes shifted back and forth between the clock and their telephones, counting the seconds in the stifled atmosphere. Kumagaya-kan burst in with a young guy trailing behind him.
おいさん、こっちは検視入りました。じいさまもさっき到着です。
Oh,
俺もスタンバイ OK しました。このまま焼死の現場へ直行します。
probably should skip this part.
クマちゃん、ちょっと話がややこしくなりました。向こうは身元の判別が非常に困難な状態だそうです。
This part is a bit spoilers.
まさか
いい、こんがりと。いい、
頭の
バッチリ黒焦げだそうで、あっちの現場。今、小宮山、ごめん。
Again, skip a tip. My text box has some menu, but no. Just want to get out of this little section real quick. You won't let me.
誰かきつめのタバコ、
今年は見事見つけましたね。ひょっとすると過去の失踪者もこんな感じで県外で殺されてたんすかね。
なら
I
埋め
bet
れ
you
ばい
guys
いじゃ
so
な
we
い
can
ですか。
skip this.
でも
クマちゃん、見つかる
じゃあ
景色
Yeah,
が
it's gonna be
つまり
spoilers.
見せしめの
それこんなと殺した今年は何考えてるのかな。
おいさん出ました。沖宮のデンタルクリニック
カルテは
レントゲン付きでバッチリと。
いや、
了解っす。か
あー
おいさん遅くなっても
So long. All right. Why did you do that? Exit this. Then we'll start the new one. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry about that. We guess we could have done that. I forgot how Watanagashi was set up. Or maybe it's just different in the anime and manga. Because in the anime and manga, I'm pretty sure we hang around a bit. After Keiichi meets up with his friends. So I thought that tip was a bit of a spoiler. It was probably like out of sync with something, but no, we could have read it, and it probably been a big suspenseful moment, and I ruined it. I ruined it. It's fine. We'll do it later. I just need to take a small little break. It's me. A small minute. Small minute. Small minute. Okay, we're back. Take my medicine real quick. Okay, see you there. Ready. Let's get back into it. Let's get some little bit done with the game in the next hour. Oh, the birds have to be singing. I like the birds. What's this thing? BSS birds. Sound effects is birds. I got a bit yawn. It was like morning had arrived just as I got to sleep. As Mom set up breakfast, she gave me a pained smile.
どうしたのケイチ。昨べは何時に寝たの？
12時には寝たつもりだけど、昨日はなんだか寝つきが悪くてさ。
お祭りではしゃぎすぎて興奮して眠れなかったんでしょ。
Yeah, probably more like night.
違うよ。
I crunched down hard on the pickled radish to hide my embarrassment. After all that happened yesterday and our discussion about the sound Shion heard, that banging noise, like a child far away, jumped up and down on a wooden floor. Our story wouldn't get out of my head, so I had trouble sleeping. It was a long night, and I kept jumping at the slight sounds of faraway trees' branches, which should have been either unheardable or too insignificant to notice. When I woke up to the morning sunlight and birds chirping, it made me feel pretty ashamed about it. I felt far away from refreshed this morning.
Keiichi-kun!
Ohayo, Rena! Ah, that sweet smile make me feel so much better.
あれ？
Huh?
ケイイチくん目が真っ赤だよ。
Yeah, no sleep will do that to you, Rena. Oh. I forget that happens when I hit that.
どうしてだろう？
Why is that?
おはよう。どういうわけか寝つきが悪くてな。そんなわけで今日は寝不足だ。
Sleep deprived. It's my national state.
昨日のお祭りは楽しかったね。レナも興奮がなかなか冷めなくて、なかなか寝れなかったんだよ。
In Rena's case, her excitement seemed to still be wide awake.
こういうお祭りが何度もあればいいのにね。またみんなで大盛り上がり。はう。
まあ、
Cute.
そうだな。
Rena talking about the festival yesterday made me remember everything I had nearly forgotten from last night. And now it's coming all back. So think about it. Inside the ritual storehouse had been so utterly different from the relaxed, bright, everyday life of Hinamizawa. All those stories that Tanako-san told me, too. The mysterious incident that occurred on the day of Watanagashi festival every year. The strange incidents where one person would die and one person disappear. The old stories of Hinamizawa flickering like a candle light before them. There are numerous and horrifying traditions of Onikafuchi village. The villagers were demon blood in them. The terrible cannibalistic feast. The poor sacrifices kidnapped from human villages, victims of the Onikakushi. To quell the rage of Oyashiro-sama, the ritual involving living sacrifices. There are also many, many more. Or others. Same thing. There are so many stories that just remembering them put me in a foul mood. Most of them weren't fiction either. They were true. We didn't need to fear them just because they were real though. Since it all happened so long ago. Such a very long time ago.
みーちゃん遅いね。
Huh? Before I realized that we had arrived at the place where we usually meet with Mion. Our boy's body was on autopilot. Didn't you know he was walking? Oh. Where'd the screen go? There it is. Probably because I was lost in thought.
この時間になっても来ないときは先に行ってもいい約束になってるんだけど、どうする？
Yeah, give her a minute, maybe. Mion being late wasn't too rare an occurrence. But today, she was unusually late. A few of the ominous tales from the night before came back to life in my mind again. Who would die this year? And who would disappear? It couldn't have been Mion.
どうするかな、ケイチ君。もう行かないと遅刻になっちゃうかも。
来るよ。学校休むって電話があったわけじゃないだろ。もう5分待ってみようぜ。な。
Rena looked at her watch and seemed a little worried. But then she nodded with a satisfied smile. If we were to wait 5 minutes, we'd have to run as fast as we could to school or we'd be late. As soon as I thought that, we spotted Mion running towards us out of breath.
みーちゃん、遅い遅い。
She actually sounded like she ran
待ってて
there.
くれたわけ？先に行っちゃってもよかったのに。
Mion was breathing heavily, and her face was all red. Her house was right down this road, wasn't it? It wasn't far enough away for her to end up like this, was it?
みーちゃん、ひょっとして具合悪くない？
Huh? Now that she mentioned it, Rena pushed Mion's bangs away and put her hand to her forehead.
レナの手、冷たいな。
みーちゃん、ちょっとだけど熱あるよ。
そんな大したことないよ。半日もすればケロッと治っちゃうって。
本当に大丈夫かよ。
No, there's something a little bit different.
あんまり無理するなよ。
あれ？ケイちゃん、気遣ってくれるの？嬉しいな。
That answer wasn't like Mion at all. She must have had it pretty bad.
無理しない方がいいと思うな。先生にはお休みだって伝えとくよ。
大丈夫大丈夫。風邪薬も飲んだし、すぐに効いてくると思うから。
Mion forced an energetic expression onto her face and flexed her biceps at us.
じゃあ行こうか。くれぐれも無理するなよ。って言いながら時間。
走らないと間に合わない。
Oh no.
スリリングな朝になっちゃったね。鈍った体にはちょうどいいカツかもね。走ろ。
Hey, wait, you're sick. Don't go overboard. Anne began to run vigorously away.
みーちゃんだって最上級生だよ。
Yeah, but by a year.
自分の体のことは自分で一番よくわかってるよ。
I decided to leave it at that and assume she was fine.
よし、俺たちも行こうぜ。
We began to run after Mion. Oh, I cut right to the school. No thrilling chase. The school looked the same as always. The hours passed listlessly, and my lack of sleep took its toll. If there was a sport where people competed by sleeping, I'd be world champion right about now. the trick to overcoming this sort of dangerous situation was to hold your pencil upside down. Okay, I got a pencil. Got a pencil. Holding it upside down. What do I do next? Yeah, so why? So you don't draw strange patterns all over your nose while half asleep. Thought he was going to give us some interesting tips. If you're holding your pencil upside down, that wouldn't happen at all, would it? Something that felt like an eraser hit me in the head 6 times.
あ、いてててて、何しやがるサトコ。
Are Emotos here?
私は何もしてないでございますわ。
Yes, Satoko!
お前以外にこんないたずら誰がするんだよ。あ、消しゴムじゃなくてチョークか。え？
What? Cheese and Say looks pissed. Behind me, like a female outlaw might hold razors, was the teacher's shadow, holding 3 pieces of chalk in each hand. Oh God! Rumble, 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 rumble.
前原くん、お顔を洗ってらっしゃい。
Okay, Sensei.
はい。喜んで。
Please not to tuck points. That alone was enough to wake me up. But I flew out into the hallway as if shoved out by the pressure executed by the teacher's sheer power. That's one thing I gladly don't miss about school. Falling asleep in class. I did that all the time. One time was in middle school. The teacher tried to be smart and made me try to stand up during class as a form of punishment, so I would stay awake. I started falling asleep while I was standing up. I can't even remember what class it was. Was it? It was probably something boring, like was it math or social studies? One of the two. I don't know. Get over me like that. Force me to your boring class. I ain't gonna pay attention. That's not. If you are a young person watching this, do not listen to my bad advice. School is 60% important. If I was going to wash my face away anyway, then I would rather use the sinks out front rather than the ones in the dark restroom. Thinking that, I left the hallway and went into the entrance. The sunlight was strong. So strong you wouldn't think it was June. So strong you wouldn't think it was June. Okay. Turn the faucet with a lifeless, bubbling noise. Lukewarm water came pouring out. If I let it run for a few moments, would it get cold? I looked at it abashed mindlessly for a little while. Why are my words stumbling again?
やっぱケイちゃんはこっちの流しを選んだか。
Hey, Neon.
表の方が気分いいもんね。
They do.
ミオンか。授業サボるなよな。
I stuck my hands into the water to find it had gotten so cold it seemed strange it had ever been warm. I scooped it up and splashed it against my face. Once I was done, I moved out of the way and Neon did the same.
ミオン、具合の方はいいのかよ。眠いのは寝不足じゃなくて薬の副作用なんだろ。
実は内緒なんだけど、 昨日はお祭りの後で親族の宴会に巻き込まれちゃってさ。
Oh no, such a rebel.
それで実はエンドレスに突入しちゃって。
A bit. She made a gesture like she was tilting a cup into her mouth, which means you didn't have a cold or anything? She has an alcohol.
つまり本当に寝不足なのかよ。
It's not that bad. She's functioning.
徹夜明けならそうと言え、紛らわしい。
勘弁してよ。体調が悪いのは本当なんだからさ。
I suppose she'd be feeling lousy either way. Still, you treat colds and hangovers in completely different ways.
心配して損したぞ。たく、ミオンらしいというかなんというか。
Mia scratched her head, a little embarrassed. She seemed to be feeling well, but now that I knew it was a hangover, I didn't need to worry too much. It would go away with time, after all.
ああ、でも頭がガンガンするのは本当。
So?
だからさ、さっき先生に早退していいって言われちゃった。
Lucky?
あ、ずるいやつ。じゃあミオンはもうこれで帰りなのか？
Now that I looked again, Mion had her bag with her. She must have been on her way home.
申し訳ないけどね。今日は家でおとなしく寝させてもらうわ。部活できなくて申し訳ないね。今日はケイちゃんがリーダーってことでやってくれない？
Kei-chan. Kei-chan's gonna turn to Kei-sama
多
today.
分無理だと思うぜ。俺たち部活は全員揃った時しかやらないっていう暗黙の了解があるだろう。ミオンがバイトに行ってる時はいつもそのままお開きだったんだぜ。
Mion laughed wildly, saying we didn't need to worry about her, no matter how much fun we have. Though, I think that feeling guilty about friends who can't share in it is the sign of a really fantastic friendship. In that sense, the club Mion had created is a wonderful thing. As I thought about it, the moisture of my washed face dried up. I suppose we were talking too much. If I didn't get back to the classroom soon, I could get in trouble.
じゃあな。俺は教室に戻るぜ。帰りは気をつけろよ。ふらふらして速攻や用水路に落ちるなよ。
I left it at that, turned around and started heading back to the classroom.
そうそう、ケイちゃん。
Yes, yes. Mion stopped me, and I turned my head to listen.
なんだ？
変なこと聞くけど、深く考えないで答えてね。
Okay?
それは内容によりけりだな。
昨日の綿流しの晩さ、富武さんと高野さんに会わなかった？
You know, who knows? I'm not good at faces. I don't know. I suddenly tensed up.
富武さんと高野さんはわかるよね。
Maybe.
ほら、ケイちゃん、お祭りの前日準備の時、シオンと一緒に4人でお話ししてたでしょ？
If I could, I wanted to forget about sneaking to the storehouse that night as soon as possible. So hearing the names of the people I was with at the time really got to me. Besides that, though, why was Neon asking me a question like that? I ended up staring at her, unable to answer immediately. Was she asking to see if I had seen them or not? Or was she asking the question knowing that I had? I couldn't tell.
さあ、どうかな。あったような、合わなかったような。
My vague response was clearly not to Mia's liking. What answer she was expecting from me, there was no way for me to know.
そう。じゃあもう一つ質問ね。
Okay.
同じく夕べ、
Why so serious?
シオンに会わなかった？
Yeah, we did see her. We saw her while we were all playing games at the festival. My heart leapt in my throat again. The tiny needles buried underneath Mion's words pricked into me.
それ昨日も聞いたよな。
Didn't you ask me that yesterday?
俺あったかどうかわからないって答えたと思ったぜ。
そうだっけ？
Yes, you asked me that immediately when we found each other. Don't you remember, Mion?
また改めて聞いたら違う答えが返ってくるかなって思ってさ。
Gotta go, bro. Freaky eyes. Suddenly I noticed something in Mion's eyes. Something indescribable. Tomitaki-san, Tanako-san, Shion too. She's asking me about them. There's no doubt about it. Last night, the four of us snuck into the ritual storehouse. She knew everything. So what? There's not really a curse anyway. That's right. Even Shion and Tanako-san said yesterday during the festival that there was no curse. And that, rather than a curse, it was one of the villagers. My blood curdled. Mion was, almost without a doubt, aware that we snuck into the storehouse. It was nothing strange. I screwed up bad flipping on the light switch last night. If Mion had been searching for me, it was simple to imagine that she had seen the monetary light. Come to find out what was going on.
本当に会ってないんだね。
Who can say? Don't you need to go to sleep sleep off the
どうしてあ
alcohol?
ったかどうかをそんなに気にするんだよ。
大したことじゃないの。富武さんと高野さんとシオンとケイちゃんをね、悪く言ってる人たちがいるの。何が悪いんだかはよく聞いてないんだけどね。
Okay. Unpleasant sweat dripped down my arms, and the sound of hanging from my fingertips was so annoyingly loud.
私、ケイちゃんが悪いことをするなんて信じてないから。でも、ちょっとだけ聞いてみたかったから聞いてみたの。不愉快な思いをさせてごめんね。
Why are you being so serious? I found myself unable to reply. My reaction must have made it obvious that the truth was, and yet I couldn't explain myself.
ケイちゃんは富武さんとも高野さんともそうだよね。
ああ。
I finally wrung out my answer between ragged breaths. Breaths. Neo's expression softened a little.
よかった。私言っとくね。ケイちゃんは何にも悪いことには加わってないって。みんなにちゃんと言っておくからね。
Yeah, please do. I don't want to be demoned away. Tell them I wasn't doing anything bad, anything at all. So everyone, make sure. Everyone. Who is everyone?
じゃあね。明日は元気になってるから。バイバイ。
Bye. Wait, Mion. What do you mean by everyone? Just then, a freezing cold hand touched the back of my neck.
こら、遅いですよ前原くん。顔を洗うだけなのに時間がかかりすぎです。
God, she is constantly pissed. It was the teacher. I was taking so long she came out to get me.
あ、すみません。ついミオンとおしゃべりを。
I turned around, but Mion had crossed through the schoolyard without me realizing it, and was now standing at the gate.
さあ、お勉強に戻りますよ。
Sure thing.
早く早く。
The teacher was being insistent. We returned to the entrance. We looked back one more time, and Mion was nowhere in sight.
Keiichi, 今日はずっと元気がないのです。
She was so cute when she's sad.
昨日大はしゃぎしすぎたからに違いありませんわ。
迷子になって目を真っ赤にさせて半泣きしてたやつに言われたくねえ。
Oh. Why can we see that scene?
ゆうべのさとこちゃん可愛かったよ。
My friends did their best to try and cheer me up, but it didn't lighten my mood. Was it far worse than I thought? Had I really done something that terrible last night? These thoughts remain with me for the rest of the day. He didn't do nothing that bad. Just probably broke several laws.
また明日ね。
By the time I realized it, I was in front of my own house. Our boy is losing time again. He is losing time. Okay. Something bad's gonna happen soon.
みーちゃんも風邪だったみたいだけど、ひょっとしてケイチくんもなのかな。
え、大丈夫だよ。こう見えても風邪で休んだことはないんだぜ。
He may look scrawny. Keiichi is nothing but scrawny. This boy is built like a tank. Not the fact that he's buff, but he can take a lots of damage. At least in the anime adaptations.
でもみーちゃんもケイチくんも今日は具合が悪そうだし。
気にしてくれてありがとな。大丈夫。バカは風邪ひかないんだぜ。
Idiots don't catch colds. Mina smiled and waved to me and left. Oh, my shoulders bobbing up and down from breathing heavily, I entered the house. As soon as I got back in, Mom called out to me.
何？
ケイチ、
Yes?
悪いんだけど図書館に行って本を返してきてくれない？
Oh, okay.
めんどくさいな。
お父さんもお母さんも今ね、ちょっと電話待ちをしてるところで家を開けられないの。返却期限も今日までだし、お願いできない？
Sheesh. Did it have to do with Dad's job? No point in arguing if they bring that up.
仕方ないな。でも俺、図書館がどこにあるか知らないよ。
あら、知らないの？
No.
沖宮の駅前をちょっと進んで。
So like an hour away. Just then the phone rang. My parents' face immediately turned grim. Mom snatched up the receiver.
もしもし、前原です。はい、おりますけど。
Then she turned the receiver at my face.
ケイイチに電話よ。
Ah,
早めに終わらせてね。
okay. I tried to ask who it was from, but asking the person on the phone directly would be faster.
もしもし。
園崎の妹の方です。
Oh, hey, Sean. How you feeling?
今はお時間大丈夫ですか？
Not really. But Shion. The older sister had a hangover today, but the younger made no reference to it.
シオンか。ミオンと同じで、今日は徹夜明けで寝込んでるんじゃないかと思ったぜ。
え？それじゃあおね、今日はずる休みですか？おねらしい。
She laughed warmly, but Mom glared at me, silently telling me to finish up.
ごめんな。ちょっと親が電話待ちをしてるんで、そんなに長話はできないんだ。何の用だ？
お話ししたいことがあったんですけど、 長電話が無理じゃ仕方ないですね。
She sounded a little disappointed. What would Shion want to talk to me about? Now I was interested.
じゃあさ、会って話をしないか？ついでに図書館にも案内してもらえるとありがたい。
図書館って駅前の私立図書館
The
ですか？
exact one.
別にいいですよ。バイトのついでってことで。
じゃあいつもミオンと待ち合わせてる場所わかるか？その崎家の小道に分かれる分岐の。
あ、ケイちゃん言ってませんでしたっけ？私本家じゃなくて沖宮の家に住んでるんですよ。
Yeah, she doesn't live with the family.
だから待ち合わせ場所は沖宮駅の改札前なんかにしてくれた方が嬉しいんですけど。
Main house. Living in Okinomiya. Now that she mentioned it, it always seemed like the Sanisaki sisters weren't communicating. Did they live in different houses? Also, now that she mentioned it, Rina said she never met the younger sister, despite going over to play sometimes.
じゃあ駅に集合な。すぐに行くよ。じゃあ。
Set the receiver down, and Mom immediately thrust a large pile of library books in my face. Get the fuck out. 6 volumes of long-form mystery novels. Mom had her own hobbies.
ケイチ、よろしく
They
ね。
all by Agatha Christie?
お夕飯までには帰るのよ。
Sure.
じゃあ行ってくれよ。
I suppose I changed my clothes and grabbed my bike key. I climbed the stairs to my bedroom. Mion had been waiting for me already, so meeting up was a smooth process.
ミオンと違ってシオンは待ち合わせ時間を守るな。
Okay, it can be 9 in about a minute for me, so... How long is this section to take too long? We'll try to finish this whole section. Or, scene.
しみじみ。
おねを標準にされるといろいろと困ります。
Shion seemed a little unsteady today, too. She was drinking with Mion last night, wasn't she?
お前も夕べは寝てないんだろ？隠しても無駄だぞ。で、学校を早退したに違いない。
残念でした。私はそもそも今日はずる休みしてますので。
How dare you!
私、おねより容量いいですから。
Hey! I don't think you can call playing hooky smarter.
じゃあ、先に用事を片付けます？時間もそんなにないですから。図書館へ行くんですよね。
ああ、頼むよ。お袋の借りてる本の返却期限が今日までらしいんで。図書館は遠いのか？
すぐ近くですよ。
Who still goes to libraries out of curiosity? I mean, I used to go to the library here and there. I used to go to the library a lot when I was a kid. I used the one in my college, on occasions, but if I don't have time to read a book, I just don't have time to read a book. It sucks, but that's how life is. As she said that, we spotted the signboard for the library almost immediately. If it was this easy to find, then I guess I didn't need Shion to show me where it was after all. We rode around and bend. The building was right there. Shishibon Public Library. We lived in the country, so I hadn't expected too much. But it was pretty big. The first floor was actually a government office. So the library was only on the second floor, but it looked large enough to fit a decent collection of books. God, the faceless people. Hey, let's do a little experiment real quick. Let's switch to the sprites real quick. I'm curious what the graphics look like. Let's show the... Let's look at the manga gamer. Oh, this is the... This is going to the console. okay, it's a nice little thing. A lot more detailed, but they took out the people. They took out the people. Out of curiosity, what do you guys prefer? You prefer the more detailed console background, or the blurred, creepy OG? I kind of like both, but we've been going for the OG this entire chapter, so let's just switch back for now. But if you ever want me to play with more of the customization, just let me know. As we passed through the automatic doors, we were greeted by the cool breeze of an air curtain. The cicadas had been loud inside, but it was quiet inside the library. Outside. I fumbled the word. The air conditioning inside was keeping the temperature at an ideal level for the books, which had that mildewy smell unique to old paper. They haven't taken care of the books.
どこの図書館も似たようなもんだな。
And there was one difference. It was that people studying for tests weren't taking up all the seats. I was one of those people, but now that seemed like a distant memory.
すみません、返却に来ました。
The librarian went through the process of checking them in and then returned my mom's library card. Wait, they took the library card? They would do that back then? Well, the game takes place in 83. My library card, they just scanned it. So yeah, I guess they would have to take your library card as proof as you took the books out. I mean, that's just a Japan thing. Shion was going around the bookshelves with a deeply interested look on her face. Like she wasn't the type who went to the libraries very often.
悪いな、お待たせ。終わったよ。
図書館って涼しくていいところですね。私、将来は図書館で働きたいです。
地味というか堅実というか、姉と比べると随分とささやかな希望だな。
Mion would definitely want to be a hardworking employee for an international trading company, or some other crazy job that involved her running all over the world. Compared to that, what Shion said is pretty heartwarming.
まあ、互いの持ち味を大切にしたいですよね。私たち分身じゃなくてシオンとミオンというちゃんとした個人なんですから。
シオン、ミオン。
双子は双子なりにいろいろと考えてるんだな。でも楽しそうだよな。俺には兄弟はいないから、うちには俺以外は親しかいない。窮屈なもんだよ。
私だってそうです。お姉とは一緒に住んでるわけじゃないですから。
Alright. She said something like that, didn't she? Why, though? Sisters living apart is unusual. We were getting tired of walking around while we were talking. We ended up going to the lounge area, which was vacant, and continuing the conversation.
え、お姉は本家に、私は沖宮の家に住んでるんです。
沖宮。I keep mispronouncing that. Can't get it right.
本家ってなんだ？
The family house.
随分と立派な響きがあるけどな。
Well, royalty to Hinamizawa.
本家は本家です。園崎家の本家。お姉は跡取りだから、バッチャと一緒に住んで、いろいろと当主としての修行をさせられてるみたいです。
Neon, the head of the family. This kind of fit her personality, but kind of didn't too.
ケイちゃんは引っ越してきたばかりでしたよね。
はい。
自分で言うのもなんですけど、園崎家ってここいらじゃ結構名士なんですよ。
え、本当かよ。
Yeah. The word personage didn't really match the extremely sociable air that Mion and Shion gave off. From what Shion explained, the Sanosaki family goes way back to the beginning of Hinamizawa. After the war, They had a bunch of successful ventures and extended their influence to a wide area.
園崎家はですね、親族全体で助け合う土壌があるんです。今の当主のバッチャが築き上げたんですけどね。
The entire family would provide backup to help one relative with a business venture. They were like a huge living company. This let them avoid tax-related problems and help relatives' ventures succeed, one after another, using large amounts of money.
沖宮の街を歩くことがあったら、看板とかを意識してみてください。園崎の親族が経営しているお店ってとても多いんですよ。
言われてみれば、例のおもちゃ屋も親類の人が経営してるみたいだったな。
Yes. When Mion says, "Oh, that's my uncle. I'm going to help my uncle's toy store." What do you think she meant?
そういえば、エンジェルモートも親類の人が経営してるんじゃないのか？
In what few shops I was familiar with that were involved with the Sanosaki family. It was definitely surprising.
特に金融不動産関係は強いですね。あと商工会議所の役員も何割かは園崎姓かその親類がついてます。
You know, your family's getting kind of scary right now with how much power that it has.
沖宮一帯を評伝に市議会議員と県議会議員にも園崎がいますし。
ちょっと待て。なんだかすごい話になってきたぞ。
Her relatives operate shops in downtown Okinawa, and they're especially strong in finance and real estate. On top of that, a lot of those in the Chamber of Commerce and Industry are relatives, and there are even people elected to local offices.
ひょっとして園崎家ってこの辺り一帯じゃすごいんじゃ。
Pretty rich too.
ねえ。
This is a private conversation, sir. Why did you just walk up in here?
すごいんです。
All of a sudden, a cigarette-smoking, overweight man interrupted our conversation. Wait a minute. I know this guy.
どうも。
どうも。
こんにちは。今日はデートですかな？羨ましいですね。
そうだと思ったら邪魔しないでほしかったですね。大石さん。
That was it. He was Oshi-san, a police officer. I thought it was this person who came to my rescue when I got involved with those delinquents before. Now that I thought about it, Mion didn't seem to like him very much.
いえいえ、すみません。知ってる声が聞こえてきたのでついつい。
Oshi-san laughed hoarsely, not showing any signs of giving up. As Shion watched him to do so, I didn't feel the same sense of malice from her as I had from Mion.
前原さんでしたよね。あなたもタフな人ですね。
Well, I wouldn't think so. I don't go to gym that much, you know? I try.
園崎姉妹を二股かけるなんて。
Oh no, I am not doing that. These girls will kill me in my sleep.
いや、そんな二股だなんて。
I turned around to look at Shion and plead for help, but she grinned and maintained her silence. Her gaze wandered. She looked at the clock.
ごめんなさい、ケイちゃん。私もうバイトの時間なんです。
そうなのか？
Wait, didn't Shion have something to talk about today? Now this weird man is here, though.
また今度。バイトが終わったら電話します。
Okay, that makes up for it.
夜なら電話大丈夫ですよね。
ああ、大丈夫だと思う。
じゃあ今夜電話しますのでその時に。
Okay. Bye bye. Shion left so fast she was practically running. Oshi-san was waving at me with a grin. I felt like I had been left there as bait so she could get away. Maybe she was lying about having to go to work.
園崎のご令嬢とこれだけ親しくできるなんて、前原さんもなかなかの大物ですね。
I'm just a boy living his life.
私も口の利き方を改めた方がいいかもしれません。
Oshi-san put a coin into a vending machine as he said something a bit appalling.
アイスティーでいいですか？ミルクは入れます？
Ew, no.
え
Well, it depends on the
あ
tea.
いえ
じゃあ入れますよ。はいどうぞ。
Handed me a cup of tea filled with the brim with ice. I just looked on absent-mindedly. I don't think I'm obligated to have a guy like this buy me a drink, but he did get it for me, so I'll thank him. Was Oshi-san just killing time? We didn't know each other well, but he still engaged me in conversation about all sorts of dumb things. When I thought back to how I talked with Shion, this seemed like a total disaster.
前原さんは園崎さんのことをどれくらいご存知で？
さっき聞いた以上のことは何も。
Until then, I hadn't known anything about either Mion or Shion other than the fact that they were interesting. I really did only just learn that she was the daughter of some prestigious family.
園崎家はこの地域一帯を牛耳ってる暴力団です。
Well, yeah, she basically told us that.
ちなみに彼女のお父さんは関東でも有名な暴力団グループの大幹部さんです。ご存知でした？
大幹部って。
Executive.
シオンさんの自宅をご存知ないんですか？
No, good sir, I'm a good Christian lad. I would never think about being alone with a lady.
高い塀に有刺鉄線と監視カメラで守られた典型的な暴力団の組長宅ですよ。
Old people are allowed to protect their
今度
family.
ぜひ遊びに行ってみてください。
Shion mentioned being a successor, but to a crime syndicate? Yes, excellent. That's right, camera. Ice cream truck outside. Ah.
いえいえいえいえ。まさかまさか。園崎美音さんが継ぐのはそんなちんけな暴力団組織だけじゃありません。彼女が継ぐのは園崎家そのものですよ。
Yeah.
そのあたりの意味、ちょっと噛み締めていただけますかな。
Oshi-san has spoken lightly about all of this from start to finish, but what he was saying wasn't light in the least. It was abrupt and unbelievable.
ミオンさんがその気になれば、往来の真ん中で人殺しをしたってもみ消せちゃうかもしれないんですよ。証人は現れないだろうし、警察にだって圧力をかけられますし。
ミオンは人殺しなんかしないぞ。
Yeah, only self-defense.
しませんしません、ものの例えですよ。
So you're saying she has political and financial power?
大石さんでしたっけ？
Sounds like a great girl.
名前。
ねえ、そうです。
大石さん、ミオンの家が何だろうと、ミオンは俺の誇れる最高の友人です。
Aww.
それをあまりけなすような言い方、好きになれないですね。
Being a wholesome boy. Yeah. I let my quiet anger show through my gaze and stared at him. Of course, I could never seem to tell what he was thinking, so I didn't know if it had any effect.
ではざっくばらんに。
Okay?
そのミオンさんにいくつかの事件の嫌疑がかかっているとしたらどう思います？
Do you have evidence, sir? Suspected incidents. You can't just say terrible things like that on a whim.
何かの誤解に決まってるじゃないですか。ミオンは物騒なことを言うやつだけど、そんな悪いことをするようなやつじゃない。
前原さん、お静かにお静
In a
かに。
library, goddammit. Whisper.
ここ図書館ですか？
That's what I'm saying. Oshi-san shushed me, but in a state of heightened excitement, as I was, I wouldn't be calm so easily.
落ち着いてください。さっきも申し上げました通り、園崎家はいい意味でも悪い意味でもこ
But there is
の
a
辺り
better.
一帯で強い力を持
Say
っ
it
て
for
いるん
yourself,
です。
there is a better.
ですからちょっと何かあるとすぐに疑いがかかってしまう。そのあたりをご理解いただきたいのですよ。
Well, I know what Oshi-san is trying to say. Combining it with what Shion told me before, the Sonasaki family is huge and controls everything from Hinamizawa to Okinamiya. Mion, meanwhile, is its successor, who apparently holds strong influence over the entire family. Still, that's all. That's the only reason they're suspecting her?
ですから私ミオンさんを疑うためでなくミオンさんの疑いを晴らすために捜査をしている。そうお考えいただきたいのです。
He could talk a dog out of a meat. He could talk a dog out of a meat truck. He was the definition of shrewd, unfair adult. At this point, I begin to think that it was no coincidence I met him.
大石さん、ひょっとして俺に用なんですか？
ねえ、そうですよ。
What?
前原圭一さん。
He answered in an absent tone of voice.
何かの事件でミオンを疑っていて、その友人の俺に何か聞きに来た。そういうことですか？
いえいえ、違います。私は園崎ミオンさんの友人と話をしに来たのではなく、前原圭一さんに話をしに来たのです。ご自宅にお伺いしたらご迷惑でしたでしょうからね。
俺に警察が何の用だって言うんですか？
Having realized this fake confidential meeting had me as a target, my mood immediately turned foul.
そんなに構えなくて大丈夫ですよ。肩を楽にしてちょっと質問に答えてくださるだけでいいんです。
Should I get a lawyer?
それって職務質問ってやつですか？
偶然知り合ったおじさんとの世間話ってことにしましょう。
I still feel like you need a lawyer. Oshi-san freely suggested that I relax. That said, being behind his eyes was a light, which I could only see sometimes, that was sharp as a hawk. If I tried in vain to run away, he might actually take me and bring me to an interrogation room or something. That was undoubtedly unpleasant.
昨べは渡長市のお祭り盛大で楽しかったですね。
はぐらかさないでください。今さら世間話なんかされても。
昨日の渡長市の晩、富武二郎さんと高野美代さんにお会いしませんでしたか？
I did. I could painfully feel myself give a start.
あれ、写真はどこに行っちゃったかな？ああ、あったあった。
He opened a small notebook and removed 2 photographs. Didn't have to look.
さあ、どうでしょう。あったような、合わなかったような。
I was asked the same question for a second time today. I gave the same answer for the second time too.
あれ？ 記憶が曖昧ですか？まさかアルコールが入っててよく覚えてないなんてのはなしにしてくださいよ。
Here too, I got the same answer I had from Mion. I realized he wasn't taking my vague reply well. Why is he asking me the same thing Mion did? The dark feeling I had nearly forgotten due to my conversation with Shion came rushing back in a hurry. I'm gonna drink a... There it is. He stuck into the sacred ritual storehouse. A punishable act. It was on a tiny impulse. While it may not count for much, I do feel sorry about it.
もう一度お聞きしますよ。夕べのお祭りで富武二郎さんと高野美代さんにお会いしませんでしたか？
His tone was soft, but there was a dreadfulness in his voice. Clearly different for the first time he asked. I'm scared. That was exactly how I felt.
と繰り返し聞かれても答えはさっきと同じです。
It's 9:23. See how long this conversation keeps going? Don't really remember. There wasn't any better answer I could give. I didn't have the balls to say I didn't see them, nor the courage to admit I had.
そうですか。改めて聞けばさっきとは違う答えが返ってくるかなと思いましてね。
How his face is drawing, almost like he has a mustache with his lips puckered together like that. I'm too scared to look Oshi-san in the eyes.
では質問を変えます。ほら、
Oh,
前原さん、リラックスリラックス。
why are you so close to me? Oshi-san grabbed my shoulders and squeezed them as if trying to give me a massage. It mostly just hurt though. Still, why? Why do we ask the same things Neon? Is he asking the same things? Then the next question must be...
同じく夕べのお祭りなんですが、園崎しおんさんにお会いしませんでしたか？
I wonder what sound that was. When I looked down, I saw that it was the unmelted ice in the cup I was gripping in my hands. My hands were trembling, rocking the ice back and forth. Realizing that, I hastily put the remaining ice in my mouth and crunched down on it.
すみません。あったかもしれないですけど、ほら、ミオンにもそっくりですから、ミオンと見間違えてるかも。
そんなわけはないでしょう。
No. Suddenly, Oshi-san grabbed both my shoulders and hunched down to give me a level stare. This must be what it's like to be a deer in headlights. I want to look away, but I can't. This is the first time I experienced such a piercing stare.
ミオンさんもシオンさんも服装は全然違うんですから、そう簡単に見間違えるはずはありませんよ、前原さん。
His voice was harsh. Harsh, same as when Mion had said it. I could feel my heartbeat quickening. When I realized he could feel it through my hands on my shoulders, I got even more scared. Why? Why are Mion and Oshi-san both asking about last night? Was sneaking to the storehouse so bad? I shouldn't have left Toneko-san to talk to me. Shouldn't let Toneko-san talk to me. Toмотaki-san casually said to check it out too, so even Shion, if she hadn't encouraged me... No. I understand. I was the one most at fault here. I shouldn't have let my curiosity get the better of me. I shouldn't have gone into the forbidden storehouse.
おいさん、蛍の光っす。
A young man wearing a suit came into the lounge. From the way he held himself, I knew immediately that he was Oshi-san's subordinate.
ん？ありゃ本当だ。もう閉館なんですね。
I didn't realize it until he said something. The jingle and the announcement telling patrons the library had closed had started playing without me realizing it. I was so irritated, so overwhelmed that I couldn't even hear it.
じゃあ前原君、もうこんな時間なんで私たちは失礼させてもらいます。このお話はもっと時間のある時にのんびりといたしましょ
う。This isn't a joke. If I never saw him again, it would be too soon. Oshi-san followed his subordinate and left the lounge behind him. However, he spun back around.
そうそう前原さん。
何ですか？
さっきさせてもらった2つの質問ですが。
Yes, yes.
どちらの回答もよく覚えてないでしたよね。
はい。
Yeah, don't remember at all. Remember
参
nothing.
考までに。あなた、昨日全員にお会いしてますよ。4人で楽しそうに歩いてたじゃないですか。
Happenstance, sir. Happenstance. You can't prove anything.
石段のところで。
I want photographs.
私がこの目で見てますから。
Liar. Caught my breath. My heart seemed like it was about to stop. What a despicable person. He knew, and he was testing me.
ではまたお会いしましょう。良いお年を。
I sat there like a rock, unmoving until I could no longer hear the cranking sounds of the doorsteps. Okay, that is it. That's okay. The conversation is done. This is our stopping point for the game. Or novel. Wherever you want to call this. It's technically a game, but I always like to say novel. And quit. Okay, that's it for tonight. 2 hours. Almost 2 hours exactly. Huh. A little longer than I wanted to spend on here, but hey, that's a good surprise. Went on pretty well, didn't it? So, like I said before, this is going to be the last stream for the week. Mostly because I had other things I need to try to do and get done, so probably won't stream. Like I said, if I do have some time or urge, I may just put Hades back on. We can do a little Hades, maybe. If not, it's up to you guys. Or, I don't know. Oh, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe stream today. Thank you. If I do get some time, maybe I can do a poll on Twitter. Don't know how to do that yet. I'm still trying to figure all that stuff out. How many people we have with us? Oh, we got 3 people? Oh, 3 people. Maybe we can actually rate them tonight. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, we got this one person. Drukilla! Okay, I'm listening to you guys who drew Drukilla. If you don't know her, she is a what's she again? She's a vampire bear. She's a streamer. She does where's her channel? So one thing I hate about the Twitch menu that you have to go in and look for people. Like it'll tell me all the people I'm following to raid, but it only gives me the people with the high numbers. Which I like those guys. But if I'm gonna raid somebody, I want to raid somebody who doesn't have that many people. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting down to Drukilla. Give her some, spend some time with her. She's fun. She's cute. She had a little drawing stream today. So all right, I'll see you all on Sunday. We'll get back to Higurashi. Okay? Okay? Okay. Alright. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a good night. I will see you all later. And raid. And, oh yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm gonna hit the raid now. Stop that. There you go, right now. Okay. Now bye-bye.